This is Dolynny TV, guys. A big welcome back to another edition of Edmonton Oilers breakdowns following an Oilers victory and, of course, a 1-0 overtime win over top of the Dallas Stars this evening. And what a fantastic game on a multitude of levels for the Edmonton Oilers. Now, you want to talk about a team victory. Usually when you're getting a shutout, it's a team victory. That's 100%. Of course, it starts with goaltending, defense, offense, but kind of a lot more of a team game instead of just 3 units. It was more so everybody actually working out there and working effectively for the Oilers for the first time in a long time. I mean, you want to talk about every single line looking dangerous. Yes, the fourth line, maybe not as dangerous as the other 3 up front. Defensively, everybody held solid, 100%, a much improved game on defense out of everybody in comparison to games previous. That's huge, that's massive, that's great for the Edmonton Oilers because you get games like that out of your defense and you get half the goaltending Mikko Koskinen did tonight, it is game over for any team that wants to compete against our top 3 lines. It is as simple as that for the Edmonton Oilers. Top 3 lines, if they can all show what they did. I mean, there were times when Lucic, Brodziak, Kassian looked absolutely electric, on fire out there for the Oilers. They had one really hard-working shift. Same goes for the Puljujarvi, Caggiula, and Nuge line. Man, that line was dynamite tonight for the Edmonton Oilers. Unreal performance out of them. I can't even comprehend how well throwing that line together and saying, hey boys, go out, play with confidence, worked for this team. I can't even comprehend it. Sorry, it's just mind-numbing to think about throwing Puljujarvi on the second line in his second game back from the AHL and really didn't impress in the first game, and then all of a sudden, bing bang, boom, he adds the game he had tonight, and what an absolutely unbelievable, fantastic game for Jesse Puljujarvi. I mean, still no points. Same thing with Lucic kind of deal, right? They can have as great a game as they want, but it's all about the point production and seeing them get the offense flowing for what they need to be for this team. But these are very positive first steps for that second line. If that's going to be the second line going in to the game against LA on Thursday, I will take that 100% of the time. Seriously, Caggiula was an absolute fearless wrecking ball out there for the Oilers this evening, which is massive, right? You get Caggiula, the electric force. That's what Lucic was supposed to be on the top line. And somebody who opened up the ice because of his physical play. He still is that to a degree, but a much better, more effective third liner than he is first liner. And obviously that's what we're seeing for the Edmonton Oilers at this point. But back to my Caggiula point. Caggiula going out there, creating space, banging bodies, but it wasn't just Caggiula for the Oilers. It was Jesse Puljujarvi getting out there and, you know what, by all means necessary, moving a shoulder, skating to a puck, being hard to play against. That's what we wanted to see out of Jesse Puljujarvi when he got called up. And like I said in my video talking about the preview against the LA Kings, I said that's exactly what Jesse Puljujarvi has to do to be successful, and that's why I was so friggin' impressed this evening against the Dallas Stars when it comes down to Jesse Puljujarvi's game. It was absolutely phenomenal out of him. Connor McDavid, Alex Chiasson, and Leon Draisaitl, they tailed off. They really seemed to tail off after that power play to start the third period. I mean, you say what you will about overtime. We'll address that in a minute. But what a fantastic first 2 periods for those lines. And especially that first period, 9 scoring chances for them all told in the first 30 minutes of the game. I'm sorry, how they didn't score at least 3 or 4 of those and make it a 6-0 game for the Oilers in regulation just really compounds my mind. I really can't seem to understand why we had to take a 1-0 victory in overtime. Puck just wasn't bouncing our way. I mean, you guys, if you watched that Oilers game tonight, you know it was bouncing everywhere but back of the net, and that goes both ways for the Stars and the Oilers. So I'm going to complain as much as I possibly can, but realistically I can't complain too much because thankfully when it bounced Against us, it didn't bounce into our net, just like when it bounced against the Stars, it didn't bounce into their net. So now, let's go address a couple of key things, and then we'll get into the stats for the game, and I'll really break down what I liked out of certain guys that I haven't already talked about. So essentially, we have 3 grade A++ scoring chances, right? And they all come within the span of 4 or 5 minutes of each other. So you got that tail end, last 10 seconds scoring chance for the Dallas Stars to end the game in regulation and win 1-0 after the Oilers fought, clawed, and absolutely did everything they could to win this game. Dallas just couldn't sneak it by the big body of Mikko Koskinen. And I thought the puck was in the back of the net before the game clock expired. Sorry, my eyes were deceiving me. I'm a little bit tired, a little bit out there at this point, but either which way, puck stays out, we go to overtime. Then all of a sudden, McDavid breaks down the wing, breaks to the center of the ice, and kind of gets that really beautiful chance, sneaks it past Antoine Khudobin, but the stick of the defenseman comes back literally. Not by that much, not by that much, not by that much. Literally, you see I'm trying my best not to touch my fingers. By that friggin' much, boys, the Oilers were denied of a goal by McDavid to win it in overtime. However, 3 scoring chances, like I said, that were grade A++, usually 78 or above % will go in the back of the net. That's what Klefbom's chance did, and that's what we're going to go discuss right here. Is I'm going to break down your Oilers versus Stars stats according to Google, what I can break down for you at least. So 2 guys get points for the Edmonton Oilers tonight. Like I said, Oscar Klefbom gets the A++ scoring chance, back of the net, wins the game in overtime, 1-0. It's 2 points for the Oilers. However, Leon Draisaitl gets the assist. Now let's go. Not much I can break down here in terms of guys really performing or guys not. We're going to break down the shots on goal for the Oilers, who had crazy amounts of shots from certain guys in particular. You got to think about 6 shots out of Oscar Klefbom in the game. Absolutely great game from him. Kyle Brodziak, a guy you don't exactly speculate would be an offensive driver, 3 shots on net. So good night out of Brodziak. I mean, that third line is really hard working, and they're really starting to come into their own. The identity line really creating an identity for the Oilers. Jason Garrison, 3 shots. Then you've got McDavid and Nuge with 4, and of course Darnell Nurse with 2, a couple other guys with 2, Chase on 2, Kajula 2. So everybody kind of had their looks this game. Really the only guys without shots this game, Adam Larson, Milan Lucic, Patrick Russell, Chris Russell, and I believe the other man, Matt Benning. Matt Benning had a couple drives towards the net, missed the back of the net, missed the net completely quite a few times. I mean, if Matt Benning got 2 or 3 of those drives on, I'm sure one of them would have went back of the net, just how hard he pounded the puck towards the net. So that's as essential as it is, and that leaves us with very little to talk about to break down the rest of this game, because it was a goaltender's duel, and what I have to say, it was a 28 save shutout performance for Mikko Koskinen, and if I'm not mistaken, that is indeed his 2nd shutout of this young season in 10 games played. He's had a relief appearance, so 9 games started, 2 shutouts. That should, if the Oilers website has refreshed their stats yet, should. No, they haven't refreshed their stats, pardon me boys, I was hoping they would have, but they haven't. That should get his goals against average to around the 245, 243 goals against average mark, and his save percentage should go up to about 917, 918, maybe even 920, and suddenly you've got starter numbers out of Mikko Koskinen. Guys, what did you think about the Edmonton Oilers' 1-0 overtime performance against the Dallas Stars tonight? Let me know in the comments section below. Like I said, this has been Dolynny TV. I'm Tyson. It is my pleasure to cover the Edmonton Oilers, break it down as simply as I can, what I see out there for you guys. If you have any questions, like I said, hit me up in the comments section down below. And of course, hit me up on Twitter. You can follow along when I'm watching an Oilers game. You're damn well going to know it on Twitter, @DolynnyTV. Guys, that's all I got for you. I'm Tyson. This is Dolynny TV. Make sure to tune back tomorrow when we're going to be talking a little bit about something off the board. I'm going to have a little bit something exciting for you guys, something to do with draft picks in the history of the Edmonton Oilers. I am up on out of here.